Now we are ready to roll. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Cured. I'm Adam. Today we're going to prepare beef rouladen. Beef rouladen may seem like a complex dish, but it's quite simple. Rouladen, meaning to roll, involves a piece of beef, some bacon, German mustard, onions, pickles. The seasonings we will use today will be our butcher's blend, which if it's not in your pantry, I highly suggest you add it, and some beef and brisket seasoning that we'll use for our gravy. So let's begin. We start with our beef. We could use any cut. I have round, chuck, a steak if you so choose. The key is it should be at least 4 to 5 inches wide by 8 or 9 inches long, as it will be rolled. You can ask your butcher to pre-slice it for you, or you can slice it yourself, or just flatten it with a mallet. So this is quite flat, but we'll just show you a little bit further. So I'm going to use parchment because I don't want this flying all over my kitchen. And we're just trying to get it a little wider, a little longer. So we take our mustard, in this case German mustard. You could use grainy, Dijon. We put it on and we'll just spread it. It's easy as that. Then we take our butcher's blend, roughly a 1/4 teaspoon. That's good there. I like to use 2 slices of bacon per rouladen, and we put the bacon lengthwise. Next, some onion will be sprinkled on. Followed by our pickles. I've quartered these pickles, and the pickles you run horizontally. Now we are ready to roll. And the next one. And then we will secure this with butcher's twine or toothpicks, whichever you prefer. So we'll use butcher's twine to tie our rouladen. It'll keep a uniform shape. Very important too when we're going to sear it off, and as well in the oven so it cooks consistently. Butcher twine available at your butcher, grocery store, anywhere, online. A fun little trick is just pop it into a glass, and now we can just pull and it doesn't go all over the place. Take our butcher's twine, and today we're just going to tie simple knots. There are fancier ways to do this, but I'm not fancy. There we are, and we trim the twine to keep it all neat and clean. So the alternative to butcher's twine, which is quicker and simpler, is just toothpicks. In this case, I just took my skewers and cut them down to size. There's one side. There we go. Part of the deliciousness of rouladen is the gravy. So in order to do that, we will need carrot, celery, and onion, our mirepoix, or if we're in Italy, sofrito. So we will just cube it evenly. We can either use a Dutch oven or an oven-proof pan. In this case, I'm going to use an oven-proof pan. We will sear the beef on all sides well. We have a medium-high heat. We will add oil. In this case, I'm going to use a non-olive oil. It's grapeseed oil. You could use any vegetable oil. We are going at a higher temperature. There we go. And today we will spoil ourselves and add a little bit of butter. Not even a teaspoon. That'll just add a little richness. And we are off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a few minutes per side. It's been roughly 3 minutes. We're ready to flip. That's a very nice browning. Another 3 minutes, and then we'll even do both sides. Now that all 4 sides are browned, we will remove it from the pan. These look amazing. And we will turn our heat down to medium. So we turned the heat down to medium-low. We added the onion. We're just browning them. Now we will add the carrot and the celery. We'll cook maybe 5 minutes. So we've softened our vegetables for 5 minutes. At this stage, we can add red wine and 2 to 3 cups of beef stock, but you don't even have to. The magic of Cured. We're going to add 2 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of our beef and brisket seasoning. That's all it needs. We'll increase the heat. And we're pulling off the bits from the bottom of the pan. This is flavor. And while we bring this to a very quick boil, it could be cooked on the stovetop. We would put it down to low heat, and every 20 minutes we would turn it for about 90 minutes and then poke it with a knife. And when it's tender, it is ready. But today we're going to do it in the oven. And the oven is set at 325. So we've returned this just to a quick boil. We will add our meat back into it. Lid goes on and into our 325 oven for 90 minutes roughly. And we'll check after 90 with our knife to see if it is tender. So it's been 90 minutes at 325. We will take a look. As we mentioned earlier, you should be able to pierce it quite easily with a sharp knife. So we try, and oh yes, those are ready. So let's strain our stock. We will use a chinoise or china cup. Take our time, we don't want to make a mess. And if you're so inclined, we could use a hand blender to emulsify the veg and put it back into our gravy. But we're not going to do that. So now it's time to make our gravy. We're going to use flour today. So in order to do this, we will have to make a flour slurry, so it begins cold and it'll be added to the hot stock. In order to do that, I take 2 tablespoons of flour. And I personally like using 3 tablespoons of water. So 2 flour, 3 water. There. And we will whisk it for a smooth consistency. It's been about 7 minutes. We're almost there. I like a thicker gravy, so I'm going to go a little bit longer. So we continue whisking. As it thickens, we're also reducing any lumps. So I've turned the heat down to low, very low in fact, and I'm going to return our rouladen to the gravy and leave it for 5 minutes. Just let it absorb all the goodness. 5 minutes later, let's remove our rouladen. And our gravy looks fantastic. Remember, always use the most stylish gravy boat that you own. It's now time to plate. We have our wonderful gravy. Oh, yes. And we can garnish with some parsley. There we are. Now, a moment of truth. Oh, wow, that is tender. There we are, beef rouladen. To recap our beef rouladen, we started with our eye of round. We pounded it out 1/4 inch thick. We added some German mustard, pickles, bacon, most importantly, our butcher's blend seasoning. We rolled, we seared off in an oven-proof pan. Then we removed it. We added our mirepoix. After adding the mirepoix, we used 2 cups of water instead of our beef stock and some beef and brisket, creating our own stock. Into the oven it went at 325 for 90 minutes. It was tender to a sharp knife. We removed, then we added our flour slurry for our gravy. We simmered it down, our vegetable stock that we created, and we made our gravy. Then we returned our rouladen into the pan with the gravy for 5 minutes to just absorb the flavors. Onto a plate, and there we are, beef rouladen. As usual, thanks so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, you are cooking with Cured. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Cured. I'm awkward. That's great news. That really is. Okay, let's, from the top. Prepare beef rouladen. Add our bacon and mustard, and let's start again maybe. Beef rouladen. Beef rouladen. Beef rouladen. Cured. I'm Adam. Let's take that again. Look lost and scared. Okay, you can edit this. Should I begin? Hi. Hello. Okay.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Yeah, all right.